Hi, everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome to the Northern Kentucky Spotlight Podcast powered by CKREU. I'm your host, Sarah Brookbank. Today on the podcast, we are joined by Nancy Grayson of the Horizon Community Foundation. She highlights the 2026 Horizon Award winner. That award will be presented at annual dinner in September. We are also joined by Tyren Wilson and Kayla Blankenship of Epic Flight Academy. They highlight their open house happening on August 22nd. The Northern Kentucky Spotlight Podcast is powered by CKREU, Google and Amazon advertising experts. Now let's go hear from that sponsor, meet our members of the week, and Katie and I will be back with this week's guests.
Ranking on Google Search and Maps is easy to understand, but hard to do. It requires constant effort and attention, uploading new photos, responding to Google reviews, writing weekly posts, and checking suggested updates. Google listing optimization takes experience and time, and there are no shortcuts. CKREU gives your Google My Business account the steady, consistent attention it needs to be effective, optimizing, updating, and expanding critical content every single week. From local retail stores to large regional networks, CKREU generates content, establishes benchmarks, and creates dramatic, measurable increases in engagement. So what can CKREU do for your business? More calls, more clicks, more clients.
Congratulations to our members of the week. You can learn more about these businesses by following the Northern Kentucky Chamber on social media, where we highlight one of these businesses each day. Now, let's meet our members of the week. Locally owned and operated, our Little Caesars restaurants are proud to serve communities across Kentucky, Ohio, and West Virginia. First Tee Greater Cincinnati in Northern Kentucky is a youth development nonprofit that empowers kids and teens through the game of golf. Nothing Bundt Cakes is a bakery located in Florence, Kentucky that sells bundt cakes. Supporting Strategies helps Northern Kentucky small businesses and nonprofits gain financial clarity through outsourced bookkeeping, accounting, payroll, operations, and financial reporting services. Santa Benefits is a level-funded medical carrier that specializes in offering medical plans for small to mid-size employers.
Hi, everybody. It's Katie Forcade. I'm joined here today with Nancy Grayson of the Horizon Community Foundation. Thank you for joining us today, Nancy.
So glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Now, we're talking about a very fun time of the year, the annual dinner with the Northern Kentucky Chamber, happening on the 17th of September. I cannot believe another year has flown by, but here we are. We're talking to you today about the Horizon Award being given out. Now, take me through a little bit of what the Horizon Award is and why is it given?
Well, we really came up with the idea of the Horizon Award several years ago in partnership with the Chamber. We wanted to highlight maybe folks who aren't always brought to the fore, but who are just on a daily basis giving back to Northern Kentucky, whether that's time, talents, or treasure. But we know that there are many folks who are so dedicated to Northern Kentucky and who really highlight why we exist, which is to give back and to do so to benefit our local community. So we wanted to shine the light on some individuals and couples who are leading the charge in that space.
Awesome. Now, speaking of shining light on some different people, take me through this year's recipient and why we decided on them.
We are so thrilled to be honoring Jason and Amy Jackman. They are well known in Northern Kentucky. Jason is the CEO of Johnson Investment Council and has really done a lot of work even back in the days when NKYP at the Chamber used to be called Legacy, which was a young professionals organization. So he has been involved actively as kind of a community leader even since he was a young professional. He's been super involved with groups like the Carnegie, St. Vincent de Paul, Charitable Pharmacy in Cincinnati. He's done a lot of work currently with the Cincinnati Regional Business Committee, St. Elizabeth Healthcare. I think he's served on numerous different committees and boards. He's also on an investment committee for Horizon Community Foundation and very, very involved with Northern Kentucky University. And Amy has had really this very broad impact, not only locally through mentoring young women and youth, but also internationally. She has really this heart for serving others, especially in Haiti, Nicaragua, the Dominican Republic, the list goes on. But really stepping up to help individuals and families and women navigate financial, healthcare, maybe personal hardships. And so both of them are really spending so much time giving and pouring of themselves into others that we just wanted to say thank you and also lift them up as an example of how we could all be leaning in a little bit more to help others in need.
Definitely. And wow, quite an extensive roundup you've got of
Yes.
all the things that they've done. I love to hear that. Definitely makes them stand out a bit more in terms of being nominated for this year's recipient. So love to hear it. I guess in terms of, annual dinner, is there something specifically you look forward to every year with annual dinner?
Well, we all know the happy hour is the best one in the entire region. It's something that I always look forward to each year, just seeing, 1,000 of my closest friends across Northern Kentucky and greater Cincinnati region come together for a really celebratory evening. I also really enjoy hearing the videos of the award winners. I know we get a glimpse ahead of time with the press releases to see who will be celebrated, but it's fun having everyone together and just really honoring Northern Kentucky because we've got a lot of good things happening right now.
Definitely. Oh my goodness. And I can't believe we're already here at the last half of the year already.
I know.
We'll be seeing Christmas, New Year's, all of that coming up. I feel like just in the blink of an eye. In terms of anything coming up sometime, in the last half of the year or even in the next year for you guys, take me through what you guys have got coming up that might be exciting for people to have on the radar.
Oh, it'd be my honor. The end of the year is busy for us, as you might gather in the world of philanthropy. It's kind of ramping up to the end of the year, and so we are encouraging people to be generous and to really think about how they can support local needs. In particular, we have one event though that we want to highlight. It does benefit our community financially, but it also really allows us to celebrate the leaders, the board members, the volunteers, the staff members of our local nonprofit ecosystem on September 29th at St. E's Education and Training Center. We will be having a luncheon. It's an annual event where we will be highlighting all of those different wonderful stars in the nonprofit system with our annual nonprofit awards. This year it is a luncheon. It's a standalone event. We used to have a symposium that was attached to it. We are now merging that symposium with the One NKY Alliance Summit, which is very exciting. So really trying to streamline our partnerships and make sure that we're not over eventing everybody and putting too many calendar requests out there, but we really would love to see you both at the summit, but in particular on the 29th with the luncheon as well. Tickets are on sale. Our award winners are being announced as we speak. And so folks are encouraged to go online to our website, www.horizoncfnky.org to get tickets. It'll be a great luncheon. And then throughout the rest of the year, I think it's really considering what our community needs are. We hear a lot about housing, of course, and the Chamber's really leaned into that space, especially along with our partners with the Northern Kentucky Area Development District and Catalytic Fund and Brighton Center, and the list goes on. Food insecurity is always something that's top of mind for us, and student mental health. So you'll see us leaning in different ways in those key areas, particularly with housing right now, and thinking holistically on how we can make sure that we're all engaged in this issue. And so if folks have questions about it or want to learn how they can get involved in any of these topics, they can visit our website as well.
Definitely. Anything else I've missed asking that you want to share?
I think we're honored to partner with the Chamber once again. And so I look forward to seeing everyone who's watching at the upcoming dinner.
Definitely. That'll be September 17th coming up here very soon.
Very
All right,
soon.
Nancy, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Katie.
Of course. Have a good rest of your day, okay?
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Today on the podcast, I am joined by our friends from Epic Flight Academy. You guys, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having us. I'm Kayla Blankenship. I'm our associate recruiter and VA SCO at our CVG 147 location.
Hi, I'm Tyren Wilson, career service advisor for all 147 mechanic students for Epic Flight Academy, aircraft mechanic school.
Yeah, and thank you guys so much for joining us today. Tyren, we had you on a couple years ago back when you guys started out here at CVG. I know there's a lot new happening at Epic. Dive right in, tell us what's new. What have people missed since we've had you on the podcast last?
Well, the biggest thing to share down at Epic is that we have graduates. We have people actually that went through the program are actually working in the field. A lot of people are working in the CVG area. Some are chose to go on and work in different states, but we have a lot of people working right here locally. Another big thing that we have that has changed is our program in itself. It went from 19 months to 15 months, with the tuition also dropping. I'll let Kayla talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that was another big thing for us is going into 2026. We did drop our tuition from 45,000 down to 35,000, along with the program going from 19 months to 15 months. Another big thing that's really happened for us this year is that we did get the approval from the state approving agency to take students and dependents using their VA benefits. So whether that is someone freshly, about to get out of the military and looking for that, transition to civilian life, or if they've been out trying to find their footing, or like I said, even those dependents who have parents and can use those benefits. We now accept that as of June. So some really big things that have happened this year that have been absolutely fantastic. And we're just kind of gearing up for some more big stuff, hopefully in 2027 too.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I know that approval was really big for you all, especially getting more veterans into this workforce pipeline. I know, Tyren, that's something you're really passionate about.
Definitely, definitely. Being a veteran myself, once getting out of the military, had no idea what I should do, and had no idea I needed the A&P to actually work on aircraft when I got out. So I was definitely a vet that did not know what to do and how to continue a journey within aviation. So this is very near and dear to my heart, being able to help veterans stay within aviation or get their career started in aviation.
Yeah, that's really exciting. And tell us a little bit about what you guys do at the aircraft mechanics school. What really makes you stand out, especially as we talk about what students are looking for when they're looking for these programs?
Yeah, so I think one of the big things that kind of makes us stand out was that big change from 19 to 15 months. Instead of it taking students a bit closer to 2 years to get certified and get out in the field, it's now only a little bit over a year, which is getting them in the field a lot faster, which we need. They say within the next couple of years, there's going to be about a 60,000 mechanic demand. So we really just can't get them out there fast enough. One of the big things that I think makes us stand out is the fact that we are right here on CVG property. So I tell people all the time we get to reap all the benefits of being at CVG. However, you don't need a SIDA badge and we're not within the fence. For example, the back of our building here butts right up to the main runway 927 at CVG. So it really immerses our students in the environment and in the industry while they're here at the program. They can be in the shop doing something, doing a project. And if we got the big door open, they're watching jets take off all day long right there in front of them. And it gets them really excited to get out there and get working for sure.
Yeah, Tyron, anything to add on that relationship with CVG? I know that was something we talked about when we had you on last time.
CVG has been definitely awesome in every aspect. Anything that we need, they bring busloads of students out for field trips. I think Kayla's done over 30 last year. It's been a phenomenal relationship with CVG. They definitely make us feel welcome and loved within the airport. I'm sorry, just to touch on a little bit what Kayla was saying, what makes us stand out from other schools. I definitely think she's right being right down the CVG airport. But I like to give a little love to our instructors and our director. I think they definitely make our school stand out. The passion they bring, the knowledge that they bring every day, being out in the field, they know where these students are going to go. They can definitely give them more guidance and understand what they're going through, trying to get their A&P. I think that definitely makes us stand out.
And to add on to what Tyron said about our instructors, there's about 400 plus years of experience in the building between all of our instructors. And it kind of goes back to that post-grad outlook of, we have a lot of opportunities right here at CVG because of our location, but because of the experience our instructors have, if our students decide to go elsewhere, out of state, or even international, they have some of those pathways and connections out there that they are, more than happy to utilize for our, students because they know that they're quality mechanics. So even just that and having that to kind of help our students has been absolutely phenomenal. Our instructors absolutely are one of a kind here for sure.
Yeah, I love to hear that. That's exciting for your students. I know you guys have a lot of students out and about and people learning. And one of the exciting things that you guys have coming up here really soon is you guys are hosting an open house for prospective students here at the end of August. I have it written down August 22nd. Tell me a little bit about this event you guys have coming up.
Yeah, so this Saturday, August 22nd, we will be having a hands-on interactive workshop, if you will, open house. The open house goes from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. From 9:30 to 10:30, we'll be hosting a breakfast, and then from 10:30 to 11:30, we'll be hosting a safety wire and sheet metal introductory kind of hands-on workshop. So that way, if you're someone who has been interested in this or, thinks it may or may not be for you, even some people who have been in a career may be unhappy with it, looking for, to take the skill set they have and put it to something else. It's really for anyone to come out and just see if this is for them, see if it's an industry that they want to get involved in. But come one, come all. We would love to, see everyone there.
Yeah, if you ever had any notion about aviation, just didn't know where to start, how to get started, come out and see us. It's like a pilot or future pilots. We always tell them to take a discovery flight first before they actually dive full force into becoming a pilot. If you don't know about aircraft mechanics and you would like more information, come out to the open house. See if it's for you. See if the school itself is a good fit for you. It's a great time for someone that had a low notion but did not know for sure if this is a path that they should take. We could come out. You should come out and let us show you what we're all about, and then you can go from there. Especially if you're a person that like myself that likes to travel, like why not do it for a living?
And just to add on to that, it definitely, even a lot of people in this area, when they think aviation, they think pilots and flight attendants. They don't realize that mechanics is another option for them. And it's a skill set that a lot of people do have. And it is obtainable. It is within reach, especially right here at CVG. So the workshop in the open house is absolutely free. There's no charge for any of it. So like we said, even if you have even had a small inkling interest that it may be for you, by all means, please feel free to come join us.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting. So August 22nd, we'll have that information up on our social media pages at the Chamber. I'm sure you guys have that out on your website as well. And so for people who are interested in enrolling, what's the best way for them to get more information if they can't make the open house this weekend?
Yeah, so the best way would be
Come see Kayla.
Yeah, absolutely. Come see me. One, because I am our on-site recruiter here at CVG. So if you are interested in this location, you will be working with me specifically during the enrollment process. So yes, by all means, feel free to reach out to me, or you can hop on our website or any social media that has our website link. It'll take you there. We do have a pre-qualification enrollment form on our website that you can fill out. So it'll ask for your name, phone number, address, a couple other questions. And then at that point, it'll be assigned to one of us recruiters, more than likely myself. And at that point, I just kind of follow up and it's like, hey, where's the interest coming from? Let's, have a conversation. Let's set up a tour. Just to give people information. I tell people all the time that at the end of the day, I'm here to give people the most information so they can make the best choice for their future and their career. So please, yeah, if there's any interest, reach out to myself, hop on our website, any social media, and we will absolutely get you taken care of.
Well, that is really nice and easy for people looking to learn more. Before I let you guys go, is there anything else that you think our viewers and listeners need to know about Epic Flight Academy, the awesome things that you guys are doing out at the airport right now?
There's a lot of stuff happening. We had a lot of changes this year. We are definitely at this point starting to ramp up for 2027 and anticipate, more exciting stuff happening. But at the end of the day, like I said, we're just here to kind of get people an introductory to aviation, whether, it's something that they think is in reach or not in reach. It's definitely, there's something for everyone, whether you are mechanically inclined or, if you're artistic, those paints need, painted at some point. If you like interior design, there's corporate jets that have really lavish interiors. So maybe you're someone who doesn't like to turn wrenches. Maybe you're someone who doesn't want to get dirty, but there's still something for you there. Absolutely.
I would like to touch on a little thing that we're doing at the CVG airport, and I don't mean to call it little things. I think it's huge. The students have been actually working on bicycles to repair them for families in the Kentucky area. If you have a bicycle that needs repair, you can drop it off at our aircraft mechanic school at the CVG airport. And you can also email us at the Right Bike Project. Right as in the Wright brothers, WRIGHT, bike project at gmail.com. And we will be able to fix your bike for free, totally for free, and give it back to you. It's something that helps the students hone in on their skills and show the skills that they're learning in the school. And it helps the community by, giving back and doing something for free.
And just to add on to that, even if you don't have a bike that needs fixed, but say your kids have some bikes that they've outgrown that are just, collecting cobwebs in the garage, that are no longer in use, you can also bring us those as well. And our students have completely restored bikes that they have donated back to children in the community. So that's been something that has been very sweet, to see our students putting the skills that they're learning here at the school to use in such a sweet way, to put it back into the community. So like Tyren said, even if you need your bike fixed, reach out to us, or if you just have bikes that are no longer in use, we will absolutely repurpose them and put them back in the community for children who need them.
Yeah, I absolutely love hearing that about all the ways you guys are involved in the community, not at just CVG, but at the community at large. Thank you both so much for your time today. I hope we have some people coming out to your open house this weekend.
Thank you so much for having us. It's been a pleasure.
Northern Kentucky needs tailored solutions to address our housing shortage. Home for All, Northern Kentucky Housing Strategies, explores how we can retain young adults, help older residents downsize or age in place, and ensure new neighbors have housing options that fit their lives. Dive into the report at housingNKY.org.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed learning more about Epic Flight Academy and about the 2026 Horizon Award winner. Tickets are still available for the Northern Kentucky Chamber's annual dinner presented by Fifth Third Bank, which is happening on Thursday, September 17th. Join us for Northern Kentucky's biggest night, where we'll celebrate past accomplishments, highlight current growth, look ahead to future projects, and of course, honor this year's award winners. You can get your tickets now at nkychamber.com/events. Thank you once again to our podcast sponsors, CKREU, Google and Amazon advertising experts. And finally, if you're a member who would like to be featured on the podcast, or if you're someone who is interested in joining the Northern Kentucky Chamber as a member, please reach out to Lynn Ablin. You can find her contact information on the screen in front of you or at her staff directory at nkychamber.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys next week.